Rudds.
Thank you, Mr Speaker, and I would like to thank the honourable member for Tottenham for raising this question and giving me the chance to build on what I've already told the House this afternoon. I recognise the concern from some people in the Windrush generation, and I wouldn't want anyone who has made their life in the UK to feel unwelcome or be in any doubt of their right to remain here. As my right honourable friend the Prime Minister has already made clear, there is absolutely no question about their right to remain, and I am very sorry for any confusion or anxiety felt. While the vast majority of people who came here before 1973 will already have the documentation that proves their rights to be in the UK, I know that some do not. I know that there are those who have never applied for a passport in their own name or had their immigration status formalised. That's why today I am announcing a new dedicated team that will be set up to help these people evidence their right to be here and to access the necessary services. This team will help these applicants demonstrate they are entitled to live in the UK and will be tasked with resolving cases within 2 weeks when the evidence has been provided. Of course, no one should be left out of pocket as they go through this process. And so, given the uniqueness of the situation this group find themselves in, I intend to assure that this group will not pay for this documentation. We've set up a web page and have been speaking to charities, community groups and High Commissioners about providing advice and reassurance to those affected, and we will set up a dedicated contact point as well. Tomorrow, the Prime Minister will meet the heads of government, and I will be meeting with High Commissioners this week to discuss this issue as a matter of urgency, and I hope this will provide people with the reassurance that they need.
Lammy.
Well, can I say to the Home Secretary that the relationship between this country and the West Indies and Caribbean is inextricable. The first British ships arrived in the Caribbean in 1623, and despite slavery, despite colonisation, 25,000 Caribbeans served in the First World War and Second World War alongside British troops. When my parents and their generation arrived in this country under the Nationality Act of 1948, they arrived here as British citizens. It is inhumane and cruel for so many of that Windrush generation to have suffered so long in this condition, and for the Secretary of State only to have made a statement today on this issue. Can she explain how many have been deported? She suggested earlier that she would ask the High Commissioners. It is her department that has deported them. She should know the number. Can she tell the House how many have been detained as prisoners in their own country? Can she tell the House how many have been denied health under the National Health Service? How many have denied pensions? How many have lost their job? This is a day of national shame, and it has come about because of a hostile environment policy that was begun under her Prime Minister. Let us call it as it is. If you lay down with dogs, you get fleas. And that is what has happened with this far-right rhetoric in this country. Can she apologise properly? Can she explain how quickly this team will act to ensure that the thousands of British men and women denied their rights in this country under her watch in the Home Office are satisfied?
Mr Speaker, I share the honourable gentleman's admiration for the people who came here from the Caribbean and contributed